What up, guys? Rob here with RJ Gaming. I'm doing an update on the Predator 9000 that we've done a couple of videos on in the past on the channel. It's November 30th now, so about 6 to 7 months ago I purchased this generator. I did a video on it when I purchased it and did an initial startup and kind of a walk around review. And then I also did another video with it running and under load, so having everything hooked up to it and how well it works. I'm very impressed with this generator. It does a fantastic job. Runs basically my entire house, my boiler, my air conditioners, even my window units. I've got some pretty big window units. I ran 2 of those at the same time. All my lights, my refrigerator, my well pump. It runs everything really, really well without hesitating. So now we're in the winter time here, and it's probably about 20 degrees out today. Snowy kind of winter day here. I said, you know, I start my equipment, my new Honda snowblower and my generator, and then my old snowblower. I start everything every single month. This is a habit that I've been in for a long time, just to know that my equipment is going to run well. I usually let everything run about 30 minutes to an hour. I'll put the generator under load every time just to make sure everything functions well in the house. That way, if something happens in an emergency, I know I'm ready to go. A couple things I want to mention to you guys. Actually, I just was in town getting fuel, and I got a 5-gallon jug of fuel, and I want to just talk about a couple of products if you guys aren't familiar. So I always treat my fuel with some sort of an ethanol treatment stabilizer product. It can be stable. It can be, there's like another enzyme, Startron, I think it's called, or something like that. You can get that. What I'll do is I'll buy the 5 gallons, and I just did this. I'll put this in the 5 gallons. So whatever I put fuel in, this is already in it and ready to go. Whether it's my tractor, whether it's my snowblower, whether it's my generator, all the fuel is always treated. I'm not treating each thing individually. I treat all my fuel that I purchase. Second thing, probably should have been the first thing, always buy the highest grade fuel you can buy. What I have in there right now is 93. You want to get the least amount of ethanol possible in your fuel, because these small engines, anything like the snowblower, like the generator, anything with a carburetor on it, an old school carburetor on it, on smaller engines, the little holes and jets can plug up with the ethanol over time. It can kind of like turn into a deposit and plug those little holes up, and that's where you end up having fuel issues trying to start your equipment, and it's just annoying. I mean, you can take the carbs out, you can clean them, you know, all that stuff, but for the price, the little bit you're going to pay, because you're not using as much fuel anyway on small engines, just pay a little bit more money. Don't be a cheap motherfucker, and just get the better fuel. It's just it's so much easier. It's like, I've been doing this for a long time, years and years and years, and I've never had fuel issues on any of my equipment because of it. So just when you come out and there's a fucking 2 feet of snow on the ground and you're tired and you just want to get it done with, and you're out here, the last thing you want to do is fuck around, you know, not being able to start something, or, oh, my power's out, it's getting cold in the house, I have no water, come out to start this thing and it doesn't start. I mean, that's just a pain in the ass, you know. So there's that. So buy the best fuel you can, put treatment in it, you know, and the other thing, third thing, this for the winter time. I put it on all year round, but heat. This is great because it removes water. It actually makes water in a line. So sometimes with fuel tanks, you'll have condensation inside the tank if the tank's not full. That condensation drips into the gas, turns into, well, it is water, and then it ends up running into your fuel lines, and it will settle down into the lowest parts of the line, lowest parts of the carb, and it will eventually, or can eventually, cause issues where the engine won't fire because there's water in the line or water in the carb. This will basically turn the water into something that can burn, which is great. So it eliminates the water and gets rid of it. Also, basically, when there's water in the lines, what does it do? It can freeze. Not good. So it removes that potential. So in the wintertime, you don't have to worry about freezing. So we got freeze protection, fuel treatment, best fuel we can buy. That's how we keep things running strong all year long, baby. So, without further ado, this is how I usually find my rig. I think I've already explained this. I have a battery, lawn and garden battery hooked up to a battery tender, which when we have power, can charge, float charge, keep my battery good. So my battery is fully charged, always ready to go. I always turn my fuel off. I always recommend, guys, another thing with your small engines, turn your fuel off and run them dry, starve them of fuel. Most equipment that I've purchased, like I'll show you on the snowblower, there's your fuel shut off. It's hard to see, but you can see it right there. So it says fuel valve, and then underneath there is a lever. You can turn it on and off. So as you can see, it's in the off position, and this is run. What it does basically, it shuts off fuel to the carburetor. So there's still fuel in the gas tank. There's still fuel in the line down to that valve. But once that valve is shut off, the carburetor, as it's running, it'll run the fuel out of the carburetor like it's starving itself of fuel, and then the carburetor will be left empty. So then there's less chance of that fuel sitting and causing issues. Then when you open it up, you now have a fresh line of fuel dumping into your carb every time. So on the generator, we have a really nice little thing for our choke, but also a nice little fuel valve. And you can see it's in the off position. So first thing we're going to do is turn that on. So now fuel is going to start trickling down into our carburetor. So that's good. I usually will give that a second to kind of go in. I'll check my fuel level. Looks like we got a little bit, so you can't really see it in the video, but the little indicator is over just a smidge there. There's probably about a couple gallons in the bottom of that sucker. And then it's literally this easy, guys. We're gonna choke it right here. And then over here, we're just gonna push our start button. Someone's gonna walk outside because it's very loud in the garage, obviously. I want you to be able to hear me. We can look out at the beautiful backyard while we talk the final part of the video here. So as you can see, there's like a clear cover around the, look how gorgeous this is. I mean, come on. Beautiful. We got this wet, heavy, kind of icy, sticky snow as our first snow of the year, and it is just beautiful. It's settled on everything, and it just looks gorgeous. Pan out. Look at that. It's a beautiful thing. Love living out here. It's so pretty, so peaceful. Until I start my fucking generator, and then it's not peaceful anymore. But anyway, yeah, so you saw that plastic thing. That does get stiff in the cold. So when you try to push the start button, it can be tough. You kind of got to like push through the stiff plastic to get the damn button to push to start. But as you saw, once I got that sucker pushed, you can pop that plastic cover off. Basically what it is, it's like a, it's not even really plastic, it's like a, I guess it is like a soft plastic that covers it. It protects it from moisture and water getting in the switch. Is it really necessary? Yeah, probably not, honestly. But I'll probably take it off eventually after it annoys me enough. But it's really not that big of a deal. This thing starts every time. Every month that I've come out here to start this thing and run it, I've used it a couple times without power now, which is awesome. It's done gorgeous. It always starts, it always runs, every single time. Fuel on, choke on, push the button. It's that easy. And then when I'm done doing what I'm doing, I'll turn the fuel off, let it run dry of fuel so it'll starve itself out, and then I walk away. That's it. That is it. It has been great. So highly recommend. I know I would I like to have a Honda generator? Sure. But you know, the snowblower I'm pretty much guaranteed to use every year. As you can see, this happens every year, even though people are surprised it happens that live here and have lived here for years and years. Oh wow, what's this shit that's falling on the ground? Well, it's the fucking snow, dumbass. It happens every year. The snowblower I'm going to use every year, multiple times a year. I talked to my bro PJL Daily, shout out to him as always in my channel. Love you, bro. And he's always my best guy when it comes to talking about this stuff and getting advice as to what I should do. We both discussed it, and with a generator you could go years without using it once. Years. And then you could have a year where you use it 17 times. You just don't know. It's kind of hit or miss. So for that reason, Honda generators were literally 4 times the price, and I'm not exaggerating, guys. Honda generators $3,000-$4,000 for the same, you know, 9,000 watt output that this one has for, I think it was $800, $750, whatever, 700. We gotta watch my original video and you'll tell you how much I got it for. But just super cheap, and it's been amazing. Now mind you, it's only 6 or 7 months in, and don't, you know, jump in the comments and be like, oh, it's still fucking brand new, of course it runs good. You know, I'll hopefully post a video 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 20 years from now with the same results. You know, I take good care of my shit. I always have. I'm very anal about it. And I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, you know, leave a comment, like, whatever you want to do. If you have any questions for me specifically about the generator, let me know. And hopefully you like the tips about the small engine stuff. I mean, I just do it with all my stuff and I've never had trouble. Just pay a little extra money, guys, and then you won't have the headaches. And to me, it's worth a few extra bucks than to be out dicking around and get frustrated. That's just shitty. And there's enough of that crap in life already that frustrates you and makes you angry. And we don't need to add more of it. So just take care of your stuff and it'll take care of you. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a great day. Hope you guys are staying safe out there with all this current stuff going on in the world, and hope you take care of yourselves and take care of each other. We'll talk to you in the next one.